We're talking about accessing QML plugin and then using qmldir file. So we would discuss about accessing plugin library, and in QML we'll also discuss about qmldir file. So a plugin can be accessed from QML scene as we discussed. So QML scene is a C++ binary, so that we can access and plug and so plugins would be available. So how to access a plugin? We need to have a module directory. Inside the module directory, we need to have a qmldir file, and content of qmldir file would be, if we do cat on qmldir file, it would be module name and plugin name. So by default, okay, plugin path can be provided as an optional, otherwise it would search in the same directory. Plugin path can be provided here itself by, or it would search in the same directory. Okay, so whenever we are looking for a module in QML scene, if you are running, then we need to provide the directory where module is there. So it is I. Then we can provide any directory, or if it is in current directory, we can say just dot. Or we can export, qml2 import path. Okay, so qml2 import path we need to export, and we have to set the module directory. So this way, if we are writing a C++ application, then we need to add in qml engine, add okay, add import path. There is one add plugin path. If plugin, so for plugin we can specify here the plugin path in the qmldir itself. So this is the plugin path against the plugin. So we can specify here the plugin path against the plugin, or we can specify, if we are writing application, we can specify add plugin path, add import path. So these two are important functions. Add import path or qml engine add plugin path. So add import path is for module, is for module, and add plugin path is for plugin. What is plugin? Plugin is a .so file. So that .so file is a plugin. That path we need to add. What is module and how it works? So we will discuss. Okay. So we can just execute this, or we can discuss about module and directory. We can execute this. So this is how it is for right now. Okay, so okay. So what is a module and how it works? Okay. So I think we can start little bit, then we can talk. qmldir, qmldir. Okay, so we'll copy from qml property binding. Okay, so we have uh, in property binding, or let's say what we have here. Okay, so probably we'll copy from library what we discussed, and we'll copy my rectangle here. We'll copy my ellipse here. We'll copy ellipse here. We'll copy main.qml. Okay, so these files we have now right now. Now we'll copy so we'll go to qml property binding, and we'll copy main.cpp here. Okay, we'll open main.cpp. We don't need this guy. So right now we are just showing main.qml. So this is the way. Okay, so from local file, if we call, then it should work. So we'll just compile this q make minus project qt plus equal to quick qmake. Okay, so it working. Okay, so this is the way. So we can just call main.qml, and it will start working. What's happening behind the scene is it is taking dot as the current directory, and there it is finding the module. Okay, so, and that's how it is finding everything. So slowly we will see other thing. So okay, so what is module, and what are these steps? So this story starts from directory. Okay, so anyone can have a directory. I think we can drop this off. or at least these guys. You can make it smaller. Okay. A directory. Okay. So directory is a box which contains files. Okay. So in QML, a directory can contain abc.qml, abc.qml, def.qml. So in our scenario, we will push my rectangle.qml. So my rectangle is simple custom rectangle. There is nothing like that. My ellipse is just custom type that is wrapped around ellipse that is available in a SO file. So this is a directory. So this is a directory. Okay. Now location of this directory is dot. It is in current location. Okay. So if I need this, so I can say main.cpp, sorry, main.qml, and actually I am doing like this: import current directory. This is invisible here. Okay. Now if I run sim, it works. Okay. So what if I create something called my directory and push these files, my ellipse there. Okay. So everything is gone. It is available in my directory. Okay. Now if that is the case, then it wouldn't work. Okay. My ellipse is not found. So what we need to do now is we need to go to QML and we need to add this directory. Now it would find the files in the directory. Okay. So directory is nothing but it's a collection of files. Nice. A directory can also contain something like my math.js file, my math.js file. Okay. If JS file is JavaScript file is there, then we must be having a qmldir file. Okay. So we'll see this. So directory contains a file. Okay. So this is a directory. Directory can have two types. Okay. One is local type and one is remote. Remote means it is on web. Remote. On local type, we don't need anything else. We can just list down our files and it will work. If we have a JavaScript file, then we need to contain a separate file called qmldir. Okay. Content of qmldir would be like this. If it is JavaScript, then I can say my math, my math.js. Okay, if it has a function called add, then in our QML file we can call like my math.add. Okay, so this is the entry for qmldir file if JS is there, or if we want to make any file internal since in the sense internal file would access that, but it should not be available to outside. If that is the requirement, then we can have qmldir. Okay, so we can say my ellipse internal my ellipse. So this is the syntax, type name and file name, my ellipse dot qml. Okay, so now we have these many files. Okay, one dummy JS is there, and in qmldir JS must be there if we want to access JavaScript files. So we can say my math.js. Now we will execute. So our qmldir is like this. Now we will execute this code again. Okay, my ellipse is not found. Now we'll go back and we'll just comment it and try back. Okay, so it works. Ellipse. So qmldir file is important if we are making something internal or we have JS file. Okay, so this is local one. Remote means we have something in HTTP. Okay, so remote I have stored something on meaning.com, my directory. So now we have ing.com, and here we can have my directory. In my directory we can have files like my ellipse.qml and my rectangle.qml. Okay, but if it is remote, then qmldir file is mandatory. Okay, if it is a local, then just these two files would work. If it is remote, then qmldir is required. Okay, so now I am going to, okay, so just for clarity, there is nothing much in my directory, my ellipse. It is simple ellipse file, and my rectangle, it is simple rectangle file. Okay, now I am going to remove this my directory at all. So I'll show the remote one. So in my QML I can access remote also. Okay, now there is no, if you search my ellipse, there is no my ellipse file. There is no my rectangle file. Okay, so take from internet. On internet it is available. So I can show you meaning.com, my directory qmldir. Okay, so two entries are there, and here I have my rectangle.qml, and we have my ellipse.qml. Okay, so we'll execute now again. Okay, that file is little different, my ellipse. So I'll modify and push it again. Okay, so correct, my ellipse is available now. Okay, so it is available. Now we don't have anything, so we'll run this code again. Okay, so it is downloading from internet, and we can have now. So this is idea of directory. Okay, so this is it importing from in my directory, and it is working. Okay, so this is the fundamental of clubbing all the QML file together, have a qmldir file, and then accessing those files. Okay, so what is drawback here? What else is required that is not available here? Okay, so what is drawback here is it does not provide versioning. So versioning is missing. Okay, so what if I have my rectangle, so many my rectangle? It's not only one, but there are so many my rectangle. There is one more my rectangle. Okay, rectangle 1 2 1 3, name is 13.qml. Okay, so I have, I mean, my rectangle.qml, my rectangle is the class name. I have another class name, file name is 13.qml. I'm sorry, I have I have a class my rectangle that is inside .qml file, that is a component. I have one more my rectangle class. I have 3 4 my rectangle class, but versioning is different. Okay, it's clear now. So how we can maintain versions? How 2 3 4 versions we can maintain? So in directory it's not possible. We cannot have versioning in directory. Okay, another stuff is how we can add plugin. If we have plugin, because plugin also it comes under versioning only. So we have versioning. So in versioning area that goes away. This is one demerit. So demerit number one is version. Version is not possible. Second demerit is you have to specify directory always. Either this, or you have to specify relative directory, absolute directory. So path is an issue. Okay, it is hard coded. If you change, you have to change this main file. So that is a big problem. Okay, so versioning and directory path all are not supported. Directory path is hard coded. Hard coded. Version not supported. Version not supported. These two are major drawback in directory. Directory path is hard coded. Version not supported. It doesn't take any environment variable. It doesn't take current directory path. Nothing is there. Okay. So for that we use another guy that is called module. So module is nothing but it's a just superset of directory. There is nothing new here. So now it will be replaced by a guy called module. Okay. What module will have is module will have mandatory qmldir. Now this guy is mandatory. This guy is mandatory now in module. Okay, so qmldir file, what it would contain, the word that is new here, that word is module. Okay, but it's a collection of file only. It will contain a word called module followed by module name. In our case, it would be ellipse. Okay, if data are available in plugin, then it would contain another line called plugin. Plugin name and plugin path. So these are the stuff that qmldir file would contain. Okay. What about directory structure? QML module can be in directory subdirectory like this. Like it can be in a directory called A B C D E F G H I. Okay. Inside that ellipse M can reside. This is the directory structure. Okay. And in main.qml file, in main.qml, we need to import. Now versioning is absolutely required. So we need to import like this. GHI ellipse M. Versioning is must know. What is a version? Okay, so now this entry would change. Now we have local. So local, this entry would change now. So it would become like this. My ellipse 1.0, then like this. My rectangle would change. What is benefit of this? Benefit of this is I can have another ellipse with different version. My ellipse 2.0, okay, same class name. If version is 2.0, it would pick up my ellipse 20.q. Okay, so that is the scenario. So this is the current path. This path need to be set in, if we are using QML scene, then -i. Okay, then minus I if this complete directory, if this complete path is in current directory, then we need to set dot ot. Okay, this is one idea. If this complete path is in a directory called import, so now it is in a extra directory called import. Inside import, this whole stuff is there. Okay, then here we need to say dot import. Mentioning abc.def.ghi is not required. Okay, because this complete will be taken care. So what it would do, if I say qml scene minus I dot import, it will start searching in dot import path for this complete directory structure. Okay, so if I say ellipse m1.0, then we can have a directory called ellipse or ellipse 1 or ellipse 1.0. Any possible directory name is possible. It would search accordingly. If it so, it will try with ellipse m1.0. If it's not there, it will try with ellipse 1. If does not find, then it will try in ellipse. Okay, so that is the preference. So we can have directory like this also. Okay, so this is the scenario. So module is not different from directory except qmldir path is mandatory, and inside that module name is mandatory. It can be local, it can be remote. Okay, in local also qmldir path is mandatory. So these entries are inside qmldir path. Here also qmldir path is mandatory. So both places it is mandatory qmldir. Otherwise no difference in directory and module. Okay, and it must be now in versioning. Qmldir file should contain version. So this is the module fundamental. So we'll try now. Okay, so we'll remove these guys and we'll put in a module called abc.ellipse.m. So this is the name of module, abc.ellipse.m. So what changes we need to make? We have to create a directory called abc, and inside it we'll push ellipse m to abc. We have ellipse m here. It has two files. One is the plugin that contains ellipse and qmldir. Okay, so we can change the qmldir file now, and we will add my ellipse 1.0 my ellipse dot qml my rectangle 1.0 dot qml. Okay, so we will download the file here only, that is at meaning.com. My directory my ellipse.qml. Okay, and my rectangle Okay, so two files are has arrived and these are here. Okay, now we will go and I will execute. So we'll execute through QML scene now because otherwise it is same. Dot main dot QML. Okay, plugin cannot be loaded module ABC module and namespace ellipse m does not match URI ABC dot. Okay, ABC dot ellipse m. Okay, so it will take from the current directory only. So we will add ellipse m abc dot ellipse m. Plugin cannot be loaded for module abc. Okay, so we will execute qml scene minus I. Sorry, qml scene main dot qml. Okay, so problem is there still ellipse m not declared. So we are here. So we have qmldir and two files. In qmldir we have module abc.ellipse. So we are setting abc.ellipse.m. This is new module. For that we need to have directory structure abc ellipse.m. Inside this, here module name would be abc.ellipse.m, not ellipse.m. Okay, so this is a fixed directory structure now. Inside that we have 1.0 my ellipse my rectangle. Okay, now we'll change my ellipse to ABC. We'll execute again. Okay. Okay, what is good? What is difference between directory and module now? I can have a different directory called import and I can move ABC inside imports. Now I have imports. If directory is changing, no need to change anywhere. Okay, just say this as imports. Okay, this is benefit. So qmldir is different than module is different than directory. It has versioning support. It has versioning support and directory path no need to. Okay, so directory path hard coded is not required. You can just set the current directory path. If you go to main.cpp, if you're writing an app, you just need to add include qml engine and you can say view engine set import path. Now it is import imports. That's it. Working. That's it. Nothing need to be changed. Okay, so this is how it is. If we are using QRC file, resource files, Then we need to just add QRC here. So instead of this, it would become like this. Instead of this, it would become like this. Otherwise, everything is same. So these are the benefits of using. So this is how we can access a library plugin, and we can have QML dir file. Okay, so we want to save this, and then we can enjoy. Okay, so what we covered is a directory contains QML file. Okay, but qmldir is optional. It is mandatory only in case of JS file. Versioning is not there. Okay. So whereas in module file, versioning is mandatory. So in module file, versioning is mandatory. My rectangle 1.0. My ellipse 1.0. So versioning is mandatory, and then you need to have qmldir file, and then you need to have module. If you have plugin, you can add there. Okay, directory path in versioning is not hard coded. You can do like this. You can set the import path. If you are in if you are writing your CPP file, you just need to add import path. If your plugin is at different location, you need to add plugin path. Okay.